hey, hey, wake up. Hey, hey, wake up.
Hello. YouTube time. Welcome to my new subscribers and visitors. We have gained nearly 200 since the channel was launched 5 days ago. The video on sound was shared 415 times so far on Facebook and 311 times on Twitter. Let's keep this momentum going, guys, and spread our forum of piano discussion. Today's video is all about the thumb and things related to the thumb. There are a lot of cool things to be said on the topic, and some of these ideas are things you can try right away. Pop quiz. Who can tell me the name of the 3 biggest bones in your arm? The upper part of your arm contains the humerus bone. The thumb side of your arm is the radius, and this is the ulna. Today we're primarily concerned with the radius bone, since this is the bone we move to operate the thumb side of the hand. You can think of your forearm as being built like a book, and the thumb part of your forearm is like the pages of the book, while the pinky side is the spine of the book. See how I open up my book, my thumbs come up? Try this with me. Notice how your center of rotation is your finger 5. Because of our radius bone, we have a great deal of control over our thumb. Our thumb can play light. Our thumb can play legato. Our thumb can produce a wonderful sound, and it is very reliable. Let's take a look at some examples. Here is a Schumann chorale, where we normally want the soprano voice, the top voice, to be the loudest, and the bass voice to be the next loudest. The inside voices, the alto and the tenor, should be supportive but quieter. These inner voices are often played with the thumb or finger 2, both of which can be controlled with the rotation of our radius bone. Last week, Laura, a dear friend of mine, reached out with a fingering conundrum. She is teaching one of her private students the first Beethoven Sonata, Opus 2, No. 1, in F minor. The Peters edition that she got shows 3 thumbs in a row, and she asked me, can this be right? This does seem like a confusing fingering suggestion, but yes, your thumb can execute this brilliantly. Because again, we have so much control over the thumb via our forearm rotation, thanks to the radius bone. This may not be the best fingering for this passage, as Schnabel suggests something else. However, it is a very good one, and it's definitely worth practicing and considering, if for no other reason than to give your thumb a good workout and some extra on-the-job training. A lot of times in piano repertoire, we'll have a passage with pure octaves. If you ever have a passage like this, it's so helpful to practice the thumbs alone. That really guides your arm and teaches your arm where to go, and you're able to develop power. Let me give you an example. Say you have a passage like this. What you can do is practice the thumbs only several times, and then bring back in the octave. Now let's discuss the hand position and the thumb. Hold your thumb laterally out to the side of your hand. Think of a square shape. Think of the leverage you have with a frying pan. Holding the thumb out laterally to the side gives you greater leverage on either side of your hand. Also, look for a downward slope when your thumb is at rest. When I was in the 7th grade, my middle school had a bit of a gang problem. So much so that me and my friends, we were called the Nerd Herd, spent our lunchtimes in the library, which was actually kind of nice. But anyway, there was an issue with the boys in the school in that they were going around doing this to each other. Whop, whop. The boys would get these horrible looking welts. The point is, you have a lot of power in this mechanical aspect of your playing apparatus. You can really harness this and channel it into your playing. But of course, don't use the full potential of this power source like those boys in my middle school. But try it out and see what you can do. Let's do a quick checklist of important things to know about the thumb and piano playing. Play on the side tip. Hold laterally out from the hand. A good keyword is square. Look for leverage in the hand, similar to a frying pan. Look for a downward slope to the keys to position yourself for optimized movement. Now, here's a list of the thumb's superpowers. The thumb is opposed to your four fingers, which gives us massive mechanical potential. The thumb can be controlled via operating our radius bone to play very lightly in inner voices. The thumb can be used multiple times in succession, and it can create a pretty convincing legato all by itself, with the right skilled use of the radius bone. The thumb can also play detached with profound control. The mechanics of the thumb can be harnessed to ground us with octave playing. Let's take a look at a passage in the Beethoven sonata I'm currently learning. Beethoven writes this oscillating octave accompaniment, which sounds so marvelous, but also in one way it's massively unpianistic. Beethoven is notorious for writing uncomfortable things. Quick story time. Beethoven's good friend and violin teacher, the Austrian violinist Ignaz Schuppanzich, worried that Beethoven was starting to write things that might not be technically possible to play. When informed by a third party that Schuppanzich had complained about a particularly difficult passage, Beethoven is said to have remarked, "Does he really believe that I think about his silly fiddle when the muse strikes me to compose?" Okay, back to piano and the Pathétique sonata. Here is the section that many pianists complain about. I do find this spot to be very difficult, but the structural design of our evolved thumb is a saving grace here. When I rotate down to finger 5, it is the rolling of the entire arm which adds power. As I rotate up to the thumb, it is the powerful mechanics of the radius bone that helps me. Alternating between full arm rotation and forearm rotation means less fatigue. Let's take a look at another piece I'm learning for my recital. This is a piano duet, Schubert's striking Fantasy in F minor. One superpower of the thumb is its ability to roll. The psychological aspect of playing scales is a roadblock for many piano students. But if you can find the true way to play, they become quite easy and smooth. When you roll, it sounds good and also prepares the crossovers with no issue. Measure 188, the thumb is on a different level than the four fingers. See how it's low like a soldier crawling on the ground? The upper deck are fingers which extend out and down from the bridge. This is another reason we don't want to collapse bridge, because that eliminates the distance between the thumb and fingers and reduces your leverage. Our thumb is connected at the wrist whilst the fingers are higher. Look at where the origin of the thumb is compared to the fingers. Now measure 296. Because the thumb is shorter, you can bring your wrist up and forward, which is a highly pianistic thing to do. Piano technique is all about embracing the incredible mechanical superiority of our human hand. And I mean our hand as a machine is superior to other machines. All right, this has been so much fun today to delve into the topic about the thumb. Please like, subscribe, and share, and let me know how your study of the thumb is going down in the comment section, and I will see you in our next video.
I'm not some mute. I'm just a string of shells. I'm no mute. Just used to speak too soon. Keep your talk. It's you who vermin I hate. Keep your shirt.